Welcome to Meadow Park for this CONTICUP quarter-final between Arsenal and Aston Villa. A place in the semi-finals up for grabs. And after the draw earlier on today, we know that the defending champions Manchester City will lie in wait for fronts this season as they look to avoid a fourth straight trophyless campaign. Looking first of all at the Gunners lineup, and it is a debut for Sabrina D'Angelo in goal, signed from Vittua in Sweden. Lotta Wibben-Moy, Katie McCabe and Noel Moritz come in as well. Lara Wiemoiter and Steph Catlin, who turned 29 today, both drop. As for Aston Villa, a bit of patch shuffling as well for Carla Ward, who is down to just 14 senior first team players being available due to a combination of injuries, and also Lucy Staniforth-Wilson being cup-tied. And Anna Patton, the Arsenal loanee, cannot play against her parent club. Arsenal looking for a 6th CONTICUP title. But before kick-off, a moment to take a stand by taking a knee against all forms of racism and discrimination. Final checks by referee Brooke. Off and underway here at Meadow Park. Arsenal versus Aston Villa, with a place in the CONTICUP semi-finals up for grabs, and a home tie against Manchester City, who were 6-0 winners at Championship promotion chasers Bristol City yesterday. West Ham seeing off Liverpool. Let's take a look at the highlights of that first half. Freda Maanum spinning away and shooting on her left foot wide early on with a sighter. And then Hurtig here having a go. Straight at Hannah Hampton. Raffaelli carrying the ball forward with real purpose there, and then trying an optimistic effort. Maanum once again wriggling away, but this time not taking the snapshot on her left foot, taking more time, working the angle, and then finding the bottom corner on her right. A delightful goal from a player who is having quite the season. Villa almost had a rapid response. Kirsty Hansen only finding the gloves of Canadian debutante Sabrina D'Angelo. And Ford's little flick on here found Little, who was off balance and couldn't quite divert it decisively goalwards. And Lehman up against McCabe, getting in something of a half-cross, half-shot that D'Angelo dealt with easily enough. Maanum again causing problems down the right here, this time with a cross that fell for Little, who, when that came off her boot, you wouldn't have blamed the Scot for thinking she'd scored. Exceptional from Hampton. And then Lotta Wibben-Moy heading over from McCabe's ball in. A 9th goal in her last 14 games across all competitions. But still plenty of twists and turns left in this one yet, as both sides chase a semi-final at home against the defending champions Manchester City. At the break here, it's Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 0. Aston Villa to allow Rachel Daly to go back up front. And indeed, just from the way she's got the ball in the centre spot, I wonder whether Aston Villa might have already made that alteration. We shall see. Aston Villa in the all black with the yellow trimmings, now attacking from left to right. Arsenal in the red and white, kicking from right to left as you look at things. Back underway in the last of the 4 CONTICUP quarter-finals. Here's Maanum, whose goal separates the sides just before the half-hour mark, putting Arsenal in front. Gielnik. Aston Villa hunting a goal. They've been pretty good at finding them this season. The only game that they failed to score in across their last 10 in all competitions was a 5-0 defeat to Manchester United. Here's Maanum, no foul, and Maanum finds the top corner. Freda Maanum is just unstoppable at the moment. It's careless from Aston Villa. Foord winning it back, nicking it off Daly, but Maanum has a lot to do from that. That really was a bit of a soul crusher for Aston Villa, who would have been hoping to mount a second half comeback. Instead found themselves 2-0 down 5 minutes into the second half, and then it was 3-0 there. Freda Maanum setting up Catlin Foord to score her 6th goal of the season. Aston Villa pressed to try and get one back. Zadali zinging this one over the wall, but wide to Sabrina D'Angelo's left. And then Victoria Palova on debut. Ultimately, with a back heel from Foord, setting up Maanum, but she put it wide, and by that point, she knew that the whistle had gone. And then the debutante Palova could have had one here, set up by a fellow player in her first Gunners appearance, Katrina Kuhl, the talented teenage midfielder. And then Maanum drifted her way here through the defence. Hurtig could only put it wide, with the defender doing their very best to put her up. Excellent recent form in that regard. The second particularly stunning. She now has 10 in her last 15 across all competitions. Catlin Foord made it 3 on the hour mark. And from that point, it was Arsenal who had total control of the tie. They'll face Manchester City at home. The other semi-final already confirmed as West Ham United against Chelsea.